This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Now, I don't know how many believers we have in this room.
Oh, I mean, at least 4.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Because there's something that Justin's doing that's going to really make a believer out of you. He's going to get you stoned, man. He's going to get you the good weed.
Yeah. Oh, is he getting into the pot business, too?
There you go, Steve. Congratulations. You are like... I feel bad for all the grassroots pot business people who thought, all right, this could be my way of making money. And they went through all the legal problems and all the troubles and everything else like that as the government and the federal government couldn't get along. And but it seems now that that's been done, then all the celebrities are getting in the business, and that'll pretty much run the little guy out of business, right? Isn't that how life goes?
I mean, in a nutshell, sure. But I mean, I imagine like some of these like little guys are reaching out to the celebrities to be the endorsers.
Oh, well, that would be a great idea if you just are willing to be an endorser.
I mean, I don't think Justin Bieber's out in the fields creating pot and making it himself. It's probably some company is just like, hey, Justin, here's a crap ton of money. Do you want to put your name alongside our product?
All right. But you know what? What about, I mean, there's guys like Maynard out there who's, toiling in the wine fields to make his own wine. Who knows if Justin's not, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, come on. The guy doesn't even want to walk to the Great Wall of China and have someone carry him to it.
That's right.
Which makes now more sense because he was probably stoned when that happened.
Right. Yeah. You don't want to fall off that wall. He's teaming up with a California pod company. You hit it right on the head, Steve. It's called Palms, and they're going to launch a line of pre-rolled joints. Oh, well, that's handy. That did well for the cigarette business, didn't it? I mean, people used to like to roll their own way back in the day, and they're like, you know what? It's better if I let Winston do it for me.
That's been around for a while. It's not like this is a new idea, BJ.
Oh, really? I had no idea. You get pre-rolled joints?
Yeah, pre-rolls are pretty common standard thing.
Well, you can tell I'm in the business.
I noticed it just as you started talking about it. I was like, he thinks that this is something unique.
I totally did.
Pre-rolled joints is like everywhere at all the dispensaries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you see them in the little tubes.
Yep.
Oh, I had no idea. This is fantastic. You know what? All I've explored is a brownie once in a while, some CBD, and the cream they rub on you.
And a suppository. Don't forget about that.
Well, I was going to keep that to myself, but you're right. There's that too. So anyway, they're going to be called Peaches Pre-Rolls. And it's a nod to Justin's song Peaches, which has the line. Yeah, you know that one. Well, there's a line in that song that says, I get my peaches out of Georgia, I get my weed out of California. It's an iconic.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
There you go. And each purchase includes a decorative box and lighter, and profits are going to go to 2 pot-related charities.
Well, look at him. He's doing good for the community.
It's a pot-related charity, though. I wonder what maybe because people need to get their pot to help their pain and stuff like that. Maybe that's what that's a charity.
Also, I think helping people who've been put behind bars because of weed violations and things. It can be a variety of things, BJ.
Yeah, and Justin hopes to destigmatize it. I will tell you this. The guy's got clout. I mean, there's a lot of folks that love him and a whole generation that has followed him in his music. And if he can destigmatize marijuana, I'm all for that. You know, that's good. That's good work right there.
And the nonprofits are the Last Prisoner Project, which kind of like what Steve was saying, it involves the criminal justice reform advocacy regarding cannabis, and the Veterans Walk and Talk, which advocates for the outdoor psychedelic therapy and cannabis amongst military veterans.
Yeah, those are. So you and I both were right on the right path with that, Steve. You know, we
share the same brain as Justin Bieber. Clearly,
yeah, we sure do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, you know what? You want to hate the guy. I mean,
I don't.
Oh, really? There's a lot of people that want to hate Justin Bieber.
Not anymore.
You know?
No,
I
I mean,
feel like
young Justin Bieber was annoying, but adult Justin Bieber just seems like he's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Is he turning the corner on people? Like people have decided, okay, he's an okay dude?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
didn't
like
realize that.
he's, I mean, not on the same level as like a Timberlake, but kind of on that same level of like, he's not doing anything that really bothered me. I mean, I'm not a fan of his music. Some of his songs are okay, but like, when he was younger, he was just obnoxious and annoying.
He really was.
Yeah, he was very
But
much
I would
a brat.
be too if I was a multi-millionaire at
He was a
12.
teen, yeah.
He was a kid.
He was like
with
12 and he
so
was
much
rich as all hell.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have made a lot of bad choices. That's why I never really wanted to beat up on the guy, because I was like, imagine just someone hands you millions of dollars and tells you like, and you're the biggest celebrity in the world at 13.
Do what you want.
I go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't make it to 15.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Steve. It's a very enlightened viewpoint. A lot of people did get on him for that. And you're right. That's just way too young to have all that money. You know, it was, well, you know what? This is a good move in my brain. So it doesn't hurt him at all. And, you know, nonprofits and, going to help weed get out there and people realizing that it's a very wonderful plant.
I'm trying to think of like what celebrity needs to have their own pot company. You know, I mean, obviously we have the Seth Rogans and Tommy Chongs and Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg, but like what's someone that's like not current? Like my first thought was Marshawn Lynch. Like if there was like a Marshawn Lynch joint, like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Just because of the commercials.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Marshawn, when do you like enjoying your weed?
Grabbing my ding ding.
Oh,
Whoa!
Yeah, I also like smoking pot when I grab my ding ding.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's going to be a whole different commercial. All right. Grab one of these.
With all the stuff coming out about Britney's life, she should have her own too.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah, get naked and smoke pot with Britney Spears.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also people that are like super high strung, wouldn't it be great if they all of a sudden start, you know, and then you saw they were completely different, like Tom Arnold? Or Meatloaf?
Or maybe Billy Joe Armstrong.
I'm not Justin Bieber, you mother.
Oh, he's not.
It's funny you say that because Mike Dirntz, the bass player, he has his own like company and invests in weed like crazy.
He's got his own weed company? Makes sense when your band's called Green Day.
Yeah. Well, and his wife had cancer, and it like really helped through all of that. And so,
Is she okay?
Oh yeah, she's okay now.
Nice.
I think she's in remission. So, but it's one of those like, it's funny you say that because like they do have a bunch going on with that and like invest heavily in it.
I mean, that's what they named their band after.
Yeah.
It's like that. They're actually, and weren't they called High Children before that?
Sweet Children.
Sweet Children. Never mind. High Children, I think that was a local like pop hip hop group.
Okay, there you go. I just, and I know a lot of, I know one good friend of mine who I see who's in tremendous pain, and the things that they have to do to treat the pain, and I look at them, I go, isn't there anything? I mean, do you have to do what you're doing right now? And they said, oh, marijuana fixes this in a heartbeat, but my job, drug tests, and I would get fired if I had marijuana in my system. And dude, to see this person suffer,
it's so dumb.
It so irritates me. So Justin Bieber, thank you for shedding a light on this. Whatever you do, he's gonna, you know what, he's gonna be in my good column for this.
And would you say, didn't someone say Meatloaf also would be perfect for that? That would be great too, because like this is how I once was.
You do not wanna with me.
Now look at me.
Yeah, those kind of people
eating meatloaf. I don't know why.
Dude, for the most part, you know what? I mean, I get pretty chill myself. And I think I also would be a good endorser. It's like, wow, you remember how this guy was, right?
This is BJ on Diet Pepsi. This is BJ on weed.
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
You know what? Sold. I want all of it. Two guys, they want to sue a water park. Why? Because they broke in and got hurt trying to get on a ride. Oh, yeah. Steve will tell you about this. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Miggs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Whole Foods Market for giving us the Miggs Report, and happy Pumpkin Seed Day. It's National Pumpkin Seed Day.
Nice. Oh.
We went to, Knutson Farms or Knutson?
Knutson Farms.
And we got...
Okay, that's a whole different farm that you went to.
Knutson Farm. Why is it called the Knutson Farm?
Yeah, I think that's probably a whole different business.
Well, shout out to Knutson Farm. Wow.
I did it again.
We got a bunch of pumpkins there. That was pretty awesome. So,
I saw the pictures.
Which means one thing and one thing only. A lot of pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, roast them.
Dude, that farm is awesome. It's super chill. They took us on like a little tractor drive ride around the farm, and that was a lot of fun. They have some animals. They have donkeys. They have baby pigs. We learned rather quickly that Tatum's not a fan of baby pigs.
Yeah, I saw that picture. She was not happy.
Well, everyone's always like, oh, your baby is always so happy in all the pictures. I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect example of moments where she is not happy. And that picture happened within seconds, BJ. It was just so great because the people that work at Knutson Farms, super awesome, right? So one of the guys was like, does your kid want to pet one of the pigs? I'm like, you know what? Maybe. She loves Peppa Pig. And I even said Peppa Pig, and she snorted. She's like, because that's what she does whenever we say Peppa Pig.
All right.
So I'm like, this is a real-life Peppa Pig. So we go over there. He pulls out the baby pig, which is like less than a week old, and it squeals, and then Tatum loses her S and is just like, screaming. Poor guy. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's not your fault. We're the idiots that said, yeah, definitely she wants to pet the baby pig.
Yeah, but you just don't know. You feel like it seems like a good idea, and the kid, oh, no, Dad, why would you ever even think I wanted this?
You're a terrible parent, and you feel like that, because now she's just crying, and it took a minute to get her back, but then we saw they have like a little track for like tricycles, and then she was all about that, so tricycle thing.
Boy, to be a kid again where you can just laugh and cry and just go from moment to moment like that,
dude, like crazy.
Be done with it?
Yeah, within seconds. Goes from happy to extremely angry within seconds.
Oh, yeah.
But high praise for Knutson Farm.
Knutson.
There we go.
Yeah. Knutson Farms, I'm sure, is a great place, too. We just don't know what they sell.
Yes. It's also, it's a weird transition to it, but it's also National Noodle Day. So.
Oh, hey, Knutson Noodle Farms, thank you very much.
Enjoy your noodles.
All you give us.
All right, let's head to the UK, where there's this man and a woman. They're both in their 40s, and I think that's important to bring up because you just think at this point maybe you wouldn't be doing stupid stuff in your 40s, but I'm in my 40s, so what am I saying? Anyways, these two decided to break into a water park at night. They're like, hey, park's not open.
All right.
Time to go jump on in there. So they broke into the water park, and they tried to get on a slide, but there was something that got them stuck. They fell off the slide, shattered their ankles. Both of them messed up their legs, broke their legs, broke their ankles. I mean, in bad shape.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy part, BJ. They're suing the park.
What?
Because they believe that the park should have a security guard there to prevent them from breaking in.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Their names are Barry and Claire. And they went on a TV talk show, like one of those TV morning talk shows called This Morning, to talk about what happened and actually did explain why they feel that the lawsuit makes sense.
Wow.
They should take security there, for a start. And the fence should be secured. And there will be legal action being taken.
You're saying that if they'd fixed the fence, if they put security so that at their own expense, then we wouldn't have been able to go down the slide, which you shouldn't have been going down in the first place.
There's 100%.
I just think that everybody makes a mistake. Everybody has got drunk at some point in their life and made a silly choice, and that's what this was.
She's not wrong. We've all made silly choices while drunk, but that doesn't mean you should be able to sue the place that you did the stupid thing in.
Isn't that something? I mean, there was a time where you would go, yeah, everybody makes a stupid choice. Now you have to live with it. Not today. Now you get to sue for your silly choice.
Like, I'd be willing, like, if they're like, hey, we shouldn't really be, like, arrested for this. We made a silly choice. Like, just ding us with a fine. Then I'd be like, you know what? You guys were absolutely right. You made a dumb choice while drunk. But to sue? You two suck.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
All right, another person that sucks is this woman in Arkansas. She was not drunk.
No.
But she was angry, and she was at a McDonald's. She thought that her coffee order was taking too long. So what did she do? She took a bunch of those trays that they have at McDonald's, threw them to the floor, flung a bunch of napkins, knocked over a bunch of plastic table numbers as well. And here's the audio of it.
Maybe quit talking and be a little wordy and be a little more professional.
What's your license plate number?
I'm so sorry. I got diabetes and my blood sugar's low.
That's a good excuse, ma'am. Matter of fact, I am calling.
Yep, she blamed it on her diabetes.
While she's doing it, though.
Right, she's like, my diabetes, my blood sugar got low as she's still knocking stuff over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Diabetes. Another good reason to have diabetes. You get to do stupid stuff and blame it on that. Man. That's why I'm suing the amusement park company. You know what I mean? Because I had diabetes and they should have known better.
Those two idiots were like, hey, lady, you should sue the McDonald's. It's their fault.
Yeah. Wow. We are losing our damn minds collectively. But the good news is that it looks like the McDonald's, dining room is open. I can go back in there now.
Yeah, I feel like it's been like that for a while now, BJ.
Wow, I can't believe it. I mean, I am so behind on everything. I didn't know you could go into a McDonald's again. I'm so happy.
There's some that may not be because they don't have enough staff, so it just depends location to location. But for the most part, yes.
Yeah, man, get with it.
Come on.
I am so excited. Because it's like I don't want to go through the drive-thru. I wish I could just walk up there and get what I want. Now I can't. Woo!
When has it ever been that the situation? I'm always going to opt drive-through. Yeah. Unless
when the line's too long, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Then I like to go into the dining room because usually it's like quicker. But I couldn't do it.
Or if they have to hit the bathroom, it's a good reason. Truth.
Sometimes, you know what, I like to sit down and savor my meal and look at the old Playland, you know what I'm saying? And remember the times when I was in there as a kid playing, which was never, because they never had a Playland when I was a kid.
That old man in the ball pit? He's just having his youth. I don't know.
Well, just celebrating my nuts and farms moments.
Well, we have sad news to deliver for everyone.
What's that?
We are not millionaires. Joe, I appreciate the ticket you bought me for my birthday, but it did not win us the Powerball.
Yeah.
Somebody won one winning ticket. Nearly $700 million, $699.8 million, the seventh largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history.
Yeah.
And somebody in California won it.
Oh, that jerk.
Right?
And what do you get, about half of that if you just take a lump sum?
Give or take, but yeah.
Works for me.
I mean, I guess it's going to be enough to get by for the rest of my life.
All right.
BJ, I bet you're in a good mood today.
Oh, yeah.
Big win by your Boston Red Sox in the wild card. One and done.
Woo!
And they beat the New York Yankees 6-2. So up next for the Boston Red Sox, it's the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, that was our World Series, to be honest with you.
So you don't think they have a chance?
The Rays are a very good team. So, look, if we beat the Rays, that'll be fun. I hope it's competitive. But really, I'm just happy we beat the Yankees. That's really,
So in the American League, you have Boston taking on the Rays. You have Chicago, the White Sox taking on the Astros. That's the playoff situation there. Tonight, we find out who's going to move on to take on San Francisco. And what are the teams? I can't remember.
It's the Dodgers and Cardinals.
Thank you.
And there's other teams.
I wrote down the time and all the information except for the teams.
Let's go. This is the Dodgers with 106 wins. Who, if they lose,
oh, you're right,
they have a one-game playoff for a team that had 106 wins. Unbelievable. It is the suckiest part about it. You play 162 games. You are one of the best teams in the league. Really, there's only one team better than you in all of baseball.
And San Francisco.
And you got a one-game playoff.
And you then have to play them after this playoff.
Yeah, that's the other sucky. It never used to be that way, but they changed it. And it used to be that you would never play the team in your division if there was the divisional playoffs. And they changed that a few years ago. So the Dodgers are just like, thanks a lot. You're making it so hard for us to get where we got to go.
And then the other teams in the National League playoffs, it's the Braves and the Brewers, which I'd imagine is going to be a ratings juggernaut.
Oh, right. I don't even know anybody on either team, really.
Yesterday, good game for the Seattle Kraken, their final preseason game.
Yeah.
Grubauer gets a shutout, 4-0, and he looked fantastic. It's almost like he was just not really trying those other games. He played okay. But last night, he was just stopping. He literally stopped everything, and it was just a fun game to watch. Plus, I'm not saying we're a good luck charm, but it seems like Nate Bastian joins us on the show yesterday, and he scores a goal.
Nice. Hey, look at this.
That was pretty cool.
I think we need to let Nate know that if he wants to score a lot this season, should join us from time to time.
We're his good luck charm. And I think Vince Dunn had a couple sweet goals, too. It was a fun game to watch. They beat the Vancouver Canucks, so that was kind of cool. So we're done with preseason. The regular season starts for the Seattle Kraken in Vegas next week on Tuesday. So
Wow, really? Here it is.
Here it is. Here we go, BB.
Whoa, man.
BB. I just combined BJ with baby.
Well, that's why you call me BB.
Weather 57 degrees, going to rain today. A beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. That's the Mix Report, and that's what's up.
That is what's up. Oh, this is good news, Steve. Very, very good news is that the season is starting just a week from yesterday.
Yes.
Wow, man. That's just insane.
I have a lot of buddies that are flying to Vegas to go see it. A couple of them hit me up, like, you going to come with us? I'm like, no, man, I can't pull that off with the little one and financially. Yeah. And it's just on a Tuesday.
And ESPN ABC will be carrying a lot of national games this year. Yep. So they took it over for NBC. I don't know if it's going to be a blackout because ESPN was promoting opening night, and they're saying they were saying that we're one of the games they'd show, but I'm not sure if it'll get blacked out in our area because of Root Sports.
I think when they're nationally televised games, those games are just shown on the national television network. Not every game will be on Root Sports because of that.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like... I don't know what to compare it to because football, everything's nationally televised. But
yeah. Well, that's so make sure you do check your local listings to see. But I was watching the wild card game yesterday on ESPN, dude. How cool is it? Because they kept promoting and showing commercials, and they're going, and we have two big games, and it's this, and then of course opening night. The Seattle Kraken against, and I'm like, wow, there we are. We are on ESPN. We are an official NHL team, and it is the first game. It's the opening night, and they've got a double header.
Yeah,
and we're the late game.
Yeah, that's the game that's going to be on ESPN. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, make sure you check him to see if, like I said, I don't know exactly how it works, and Steve and but good chance are it's going to be shown on, that it won't be blacked out. It'll be shown on ESPN.
Well, no, they won't black out. They're not going to black out the game.
Good. So it's on 173 on your cables. So that'll be great. So I'm very, very excited about that then. So they will show the game on ESPN, which I think is awesome for our first game. We're going to get national coverage like that.
It would be crazy not to. I mean, you've got the two new teams. That's a cool selling point for hockey fans, and then also kind of interesting for someone who's just a sports fan. It's like, oh, these are the two newest teams, one brand new, going head-to-head for the first game of the season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good choice. And a good choice in the scheduling when you think about the NHL putting together that schedule that way. It seems like everybody was thinking about this for a little bit.
Yes.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Which well-known astrophysicist hosted the 2014 science documentary series Cosmos, A Space-Time Odyssey?
Carl Sagan.
No.
Carl...
Carl's Jr.?
Ryan Castle.
No.
I only know because
Yeah,
we talked
that's it.
about him by proxy. Pass.
It's not Ryan Castle. Are you sure? I really feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson has nothing on Ryan Castle. Are we sure about that?
Truth.
All right, fine. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 647 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I owe a lot of back taxes. Can bankruptcy help me?
Bankruptcy can discharge back taxes under certain circumstances. Some types of taxes are never dischargeable, like if you have taxes from an employee, if you ran a business and didn't pay employee taxes or sales taxes. Those types of taxes cannot be discharged in bankruptcy. However, most people don't have those kind of taxes. Most people have just regular income taxes. If you owe income taxes and you filed your tax returns but just weren't able to pay the taxes, if the taxes are more than 3 years old and you filed the tax returns, those types of taxes can be discharged in bankruptcy in most circumstances, especially through a Chapter 13 case.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.